How do you spot someone who is trying to deceive you in a world full of lies and hidden motives? It's a question we all face at some point, and it can be hard to know who to trust. But what if we could learn from the wisdom of Seneca, an ancient Stoic philosopher whose teachings are still important today? In this video, we'll learn how Seneca's ideas can help us understand why people lie, how to recognize warning signs, and how to protect ourselves from those who don't have our best interests at heart. Seneca's letters and essays, like on anger and on benefits, provide great insight into human nature, including how to deal with dishonesty. Today, we will explore 4 important lessons from Seneca that still apply today. We'll look at what drives people to deceive, how to spot the signs, how to handle dishonesty, and how to stay calm and composed through it all. Stay with me as we uncover these timeless lessons. And before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us reach more people who are looking for ancient wisdom. Let's get started. One of the first things Seneca teaches us is to understand why people lie and deceive. People lie because of their fears, insecurities, and desires. As Seneca says, no one can lead a happy life if he thinks only of himself and turns everything to his own advantage. It's this selfish mindset that often causes people to deceive others. People lie for their own benefit. They do it to gain power, recognition, or to cover up their weaknesses. The harsh truth is that in their drive for personal gain, people can become uncaring about how their actions hurt others. Whether it's a coworker taking credit for your work, or a friend betraying your trust, these actions are often driven by a desire to get what they want at your expense. We have to understand that people aren't always motivated by what's right. Many are motivated by what's easy and what helps them the most. And let's be honest, in the real world, a lot of people only care about what they can get from you. They aren't interested in growing together or having real relationships. They just want an advantage. We need to accept this truth, not to make us bitter, but to help us stay on guard. Seneca also teaches us that understanding why people lie can help us prepare and protect ourselves. When we see that deception often comes from fear, insecurity, and selfishness, we can start to detach ourselves from it emotionally. By seeing lies for what they are, we can control our emotions and react in a more reasonable way instead of with anger or hurt feelings. Deceptive people often act out of fear of losing control, fear of not being good enough, or fear of missing out on something they want. This fear makes them manipulate others to feel secure or gain an advantage. Understanding this helps us see that their actions are not really about us. They're about their own struggles. By recognizing this, we can avoid taking their actions personally and instead focus on protecting ourselves. Before I proceed, count yourself as an exception for making it this far into the video. Now that you have shown how strong you are, let's make it till the end of the video. Seneca's philosophy is not about being passive. It's about taking action calmly and thoughtfully. When dealing with lies and deceit, the first thing you must do is stay calm. Anger and emotional reactions are exactly what manipulative people hope for. On anger, Seneca says, an angry person is always full of poison. If you let anger take over, you lose control, and control is exactly what deceptive people want to take from you. Instead, stay calm, recognize their behavior for what it is, and attempt to use your weaknesses against you. Understand that deceptive people want to trigger emotional reactions. By staying calm, you deny them the satisfaction they want. When someone's lies or manipulation become obvious, choose your response wisely. Confront them if needed, but don't let them make you react without thinking. Seneca encourages us to be indifferent to things that are out of our control. This doesn't mean ignoring deceit, but it means not letting it control how we feel. When we practice this indifference, we acknowledge the deceit, deal with it, but don't let it mess with our peace of mind. Another important strategy is to create boundaries. Seneca believed we should live according to nature and reason, which means we shouldn't tolerate behavior that disrespects us. Deceptive people often test how far they can push you. It's crucial to set boundaries calmly and clearly. Make it clear what behavior you will not accept. Remember, as Seneca said, he who is brave is free. The courage to stand up for yourself is what will ultimately free you from deceit. Setting boundaries also means knowing your values and sticking to them. Deceptive people will often try to make you doubt yourself and blur the lines between right and wrong. Seneca advises us to stay firm in our values. When you know what you stand for, it becomes harder for others to manipulate you. They may try to deceive you, but if you are sure about your principles, you are less likely to fall for their tricks. Patience is also important. Deceptive people often want you to react quickly, hoping to catch you off guard. By being patient, you give yourself time to fully understand the situation before responding. This patience helps you avoid hasty decisions and shows the deceptive person that you are not easy to manipulate. Spotting deceptive people isn't always easy, but Seneca's teachings can help us notice the warning signs. One key thing to understand is that deceptive people often follow patterns. They tend to twist facts, avoid taking responsibility, and use others' kindness to their advantage. For example, have you ever noticed how some people always seem to have an excuse for everything? When you confront them, they shift blame, act like a victim, or make you feel guilty for questioning them. These are common signs of manipulation, traits that Seneca warned us about. Falsehood is so easy, truth so difficult, he said, showing that deceptive people would rather twist the truth than face their own mistakes. Another warning sign is excessive flattery. Seneca warns us about people who flatter too much. Flattery is often used to make you let your guard down so the deceptive person can take advantage of you later. Be careful of people whose praise seems fake or whose actions don't match their words. Remember, they are not praising you for your benefit, but for their own. It's a classic way people take advantage of you. Deceptive people often act like they care, but it's only on the surface. They are skilled at using others to get what they want, and Seneca understood this well. When someone's words don't match their actions, when they speak kindly but act differently, it's a sign that they may not be genuine. These are the people Seneca tells us to watch out for. Seneca also tells us to be careful of people who rush to gain your trust. Trust is something that should be earned over time with consistent actions, not with big words or grand gestures. Deceptive people often try to speed up this process by using charm or emotional tricks to make you trust them too quickly. If someone is pushing too hard for your trust without putting in the effort, it's a red flag. Seneca also talks about the importance of watching what people do when they think no one is looking. Deceptive people often put on a good show in public, but their true character comes out in private moments. Pay attention to how people treat others who can't do anything for them. If someone treats others badly when there's nothing to gain, it's a good sign they might treat you the same way eventually. Finally, let's talk about keeping calm, the Stoic way of handling dishonesty. Seneca teaches us that our inner peace should never be controlled by what others do, and this is especially true when dealing with deceitful people. They want to disturb your peace and make you upset. But as Seneca wisely said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. If we let someone's lies ruin our peace of mind, we're giving them power over us. The key is to recognize that, while lies are hurtful, they don't have to destroy our happiness. The more we understand this, the less we are affected by the manipulative actions of others. When someone lies or deceives you, remember that it's their flaw, not yours. You can't control what others do. You can only control how you respond. Acceptance is a key Stoic idea. This doesn't mean accepting lies as okay, but accepting that lies exist and we can't always change them. Seneca emphasizes focusing on what we can control. We can't stop everyone from lying or manipulating, but we can control our actions, our responses, and the boundaries we set. We can choose not to let others' negativity affect our values or our sense of who we are. When dealing with deception, use it as a chance to get stronger. There will always be people who lie and manipulate. This has been happening since Seneca's time. But what really matters is not what others do to us, but how we choose to respond. By responding with calmness, grace, and strength, we show not just the wisdom of Stoicism, but also its power in our daily lives. Seneca also teaches us to reflect on how we respond to lies. After facing dishonesty, take time to think about how you handled it. Did you stay calm? Were you able to set boundaries effectively? Reflection helps us learn from each situation and become stronger for the future. It's through these reflections that we build the strength to face future challenges with more stoic resolve. Seneca's writings also remind us of the power of perspective. Deception can feel like a personal attack, but often it says more about the deceiver's weaknesses than anything we have done. By changing our perspective, we can see lies for what they are, a reflection of someone else's flaws. This helps protect our peace of mind and empowers us to rise above the situation without anger. These lessons from Seneca, understanding human motives, setting boundaries, recognizing manipulation, and staying calm, can help us navigate a world where deception is, unfortunately, common. The goal isn't to become distrustful of everyone, but to be wise, aware, and careful. By applying these Stoic principles, we protect our inner peace and make sure our actions are guided by reason, not emotion. If you've made it this far, comment the word fortitude down below so I know you stayed with me through the entire journey. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it resonated with you. It helps spread these teachings to others who could benefit from them. Subscribe if you're new, and join us as we keep exploring ancient wisdom that can change the way we live today. Stay strong, stay stoic, and see you in the next video.